The door that ruined my reputation. The day I destroyed my entire gym reputation in less than 30 seconds. All because I opened the wrong door. That's it. That's the story. But if you think you know what happened, trust me, you don't. And the ending is way worse than whatever you're imagining right now. So, rewind to Monday morning. The kind of Monday where your brain is running on 2% battery and your body is begging you to stay in bed. I hadn't been to the gym in months. I'd gone out drinking the night before, I was dehydrated, eyes blurry, head pounding, but for some reason I thought, yeah, this is the perfect day to come back. I stumble into the building with my bag slung over my shoulder, barely alive, and everything looks different. New paint, new layout, even the hallway to the locker rooms had been remodeled. But my dumb, hungover brain doesn't process any of that. All I can think is, drop your bag, change, treadmill, done. So I walk down the hallway, 2 doors, 2 signs. And in that moment, I don't even really read them. I just assume I know which is which. I grab a handle, I push, and that's when my life explodes. The first thing I notice isn't even what I see. It's the silence. The kind of silence that feels wrong, like when you walk into a room and everyone suddenly stops talking because of you. I take one more step, and that's when I realize something is very, very off. There are people inside, a lot of them. They all stop what they're doing the moment I walk in, heads snap toward me, eyes widen. And it's not just surprise, it's shock, confusion, anger. For 3 solid seconds, I freeze. My brain refuses to compute what's happening. Then the screaming starts. What the hell? Get out! Are you serious right now? It's chaos. People scrambling, grabbing for towels, covering themselves, yelling over each other. And me, I'm standing there like the dumbest man alive, holding a water bottle, mumbling something like, "Oh, sorry, wrong." I turn to leave, but of course the door doesn't cooperate. I yank it once, it doesn't budge. Now I'm panicking, pulling at it like a lunatic while the shouting behind me gets louder and angrier. Finally, it swings open and I practically fall into the hallway. My heart's racing, my face is burning. I'm ready to bolt out of the building and never come back. But I don't get the chance. Because right there, waiting in the hallway, is security. He looks at me, looks at the door I just came out of, looks back at me. "What were you doing in there?" He asks, slow and suspicious. Before I can even open my mouth, people start pouring out behind me, pointing and yelling. "He just walked right in! He was staring at us! He's a creep!" Now I'm stammering, tripping over my own words, sounding guilty as hell, even though it was the stupidest accident of my life. No, I swear. I didn't mean, it was a mistake." Nobody buys it. The guard takes me by the arm and marches me to the front desk like I'm some kind of criminal. Everyone in the lobby turns to look. Whispers spread instantly. I want the ground to open up and swallow me whole. They dump me in the office of the manager, this stone-faced woman in her 40s, who looks like she could crush me with just a glare. She folds her arms and says, "Do you realize how serious this is?" I'm shaking, sweating through my hoodie, rambling like a kid caught cheating on a test. "I swear it was an accident. I didn't mean to. I thought—" She cuts me off. "We could ban you permanently. We could even call the police." At this point, my life is flashing before my eyes, all because I opened a door. And then, as if the universe wanted to twist the knife deeper, the fire alarm goes off. Yeah, the fire alarm. Apparently, in the middle of all the chaos, someone had hit the emergency button inside, so now the entire gym is blaring with sirens and flashing red lights. Everyone evacuates. And me? I'm being escorted out by security with a trail of angry voices behind me. By the time we're outside, the story has already morphed into something else. Not false alarm, not misunderstanding. No, the version spreading is some guy broke into the locker room and set off the alarm. That's what everyone hears. That's what everyone believes. And guess who's standing there in front of the building, looking guilty as hell? Yep, me. The fire department shows up. They check the building, reset the system, confirm there's no fire, just an incident. And guess who the incident is? When it's over, the manager pulls me aside again, dead serious. "This is your one warning," she says. "Next time, you're gone. Do you understand?" I nod so hard my neck cracks. Eventually, I make it into the correct locker room this time. I sit down on the bench, head in my hands, trying to process the nuclear disaster I just caused. That's when two guys walk in. They look at me, smirk, and one of them says, "Hey, isn't that the guy who got caught?" The other laughs. "Man, already infamous on your first day back? Impressive." And just like that, I knew my reputation at this gym was officially destroyed. Now, here's the part I haven't said yet, the detail I've been avoiding because it makes everything 10 times worse. That room I walked into, it wasn't just the wrong locker room. It was the women's locker room. 10 women, mid-change, screaming, panicking, covering themselves, while I stood there like an idiot. And no matter how many times I say it was an accident, no matter how much I explain the new layout, the swapped doors, the blurry eyes, nobody believes me. To them, I'm not the guy who made a mistake. I'm the creep who walked into the women's locker room. And that's how I managed to ruin my entire reputation in 30 seconds flat. All because of one door.